Erika Greenwood, and this is my story. My early childhood was that I was born in Chicago, and I was there till I was about 4, and then we moved to South Bend, Indiana, the home of Notre Dame, where I was until I was 14 when we moved to Indianapolis. In South Bend, I was a latchkey kid with my sister. My parents were divorced when I was 10. My biological father wasn't in the picture a lot. My mom was a single mom for some time, and I know that was hard on her, so it was a little hard on us too. I was a really smart kid. My mom had me tested. I took some IQ test and scored pretty highly, and they said to my mom, who was also in the field of education, that just to get me involved in as many things as possible. Swimming, piano lessons, campfire girls. I also took my first collegiate level course when I was about 8 or 9 years old. My mom was going to school to get her master's degree in counseling, and we would go to school together. She would drop me off at my classroom, so I'm like this little 8-year-old in class with all these, young adult, regular college-age kids, and I would sit in the front, and she would tell me, just sit there, do not move till I come back and get you. And I passed. I passed the course. They didn't give me a grade, but I passed. So that was like my first collegiate course when I was like 8 or 9 years old. I loved school. Math was my superpower. And for a long time, it really came easily to me. It was like doing a puzzle, and I loved puzzles. Also, my grandmother paid me for grades, so school was kind of like my first job. I got $4 for an A, $3 for a B, and I only got C's in gym. That was my first job, and I looked forward to that. I would always kind of calculate, okay, I'm gonna get $20 from grandma because I got this report card, and I was always so excited to show my family my report cards. Some of the biggest challenges were, especially when my mom was a single mom, she was in school and busy, so sometimes we would just have green beans and corn for dinner. When I was 8 years old, I started developing. By the time I was 11, I was wearing my mother's bras. My mom was trying to find clothes for me, a 10-year-old, in an adult's body. It was hard. I wasn't allowed to wear black until I was 14. I was able to wear some of my mother's clothes. That was one of the bigger challenges. College was fun. It was really the first time I was away from home for an extended amount of time. I went to Indiana University and majored in accounting. And freshman year, I went to summer school because, they always would say, 12 hours is a full load. If you only take 12 hours a semester, you're not going to graduate in 4 years. Figure that out early. And so I would do summer school. For my freshman year, I did summer school, and sophomore year, I did summer school. My mom got remarried when I was 12. My bonus dad came to get me from IU, and he had actually gone there to get his PhD. We had stopped at a gas station, and one of his peers was there. He was bragging on me, as parents do. The dean says, well, she's doing that well. I can get her some money. I basically went to undergrad for free between all my scholarships and something they called fee remission, which is what he got me. I paid $15 a credit hour. So I graduated in December. I took 4.5 years in accounting, and I went to a town called Midland, Michigan, where I worked for Dow Chemical. It was a really cute city, but not a lot to do. I liked what I was doing. I didn't necessarily, want to stay in the town, so I was always saying okay, I'm ready to go, because that company was part of a joint venture with another company that was in a bigger city, and I was like, I want to go to, Cincinnati or back to Indianapolis where their joint ventures were. They had told me I'll only be there 6 months, 18 months, 2 years, 8 months, 3 days, 6 hours later, I finally got to transfer to Indianapolis, where I was able to work on a system called SAP and really gain a lot of expertise. I was there for just under 2 years, and then I decided to go back to Indiana University and get my MBA in marketing. I got my MBA marketing is about, 20 months. I did really well in my classes, had an internship at Whirlpool, another small city, Benton Harbor. I got to get out of these small cities, and went to work for a company in the Midwest where I still am today. I've been, able to have a diversity of experiences. My first at that company was a position in sales. For 6 months, I was driving around West Cleveland, getting lost. I cried every day for the first month. After I came back from sales, I went into marketing for some time where they still wanted me to do sales. In fact, they were thinking about sending me on another sales assignment. I was like, nope, I'm out. So because of my accounting degree, I was able to go back into the accounting and finance field. So I did really well there, and then went into another field where I was mixing finance and IT. I was building systems for the business. I liked that, but I kind of felt like a bit of a failure because I was an MBA, and MBAs are supposed to go into management and excel into management. I was still an analyst, and I was seeing some of my peers go into management and get promoted when I was doing a really good job at the technical, but I wasn't being recognized for it. So there was an opportunity where I was able to get into management, and I did. I was a manager. I had about 12, 14 people and maybe 4 or 5 contractors. That was the hardest job I ever had. It was really difficult for me to be accountable for someone else's errors. Many times get yelled at for something I didn't even know somebody on my team had done. The person that I worked for could be a kind of a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde personality. So on the one hand, I'm getting yelled at, and then 5 minutes later, it's like, so how was your weekend? It just became very challenging to want to go to work. This is not what success looks like. I would start this mantra, like, if I have an accident, I won't have to go to work today. And there was one particular morning, I got in the car, walk into the garage, get in the car, drive out of my neighborhood, get on the highway, 60, 70, 80, 90 miles an hour at some points. Still thinking, if I have an accident, I won't have to go to work today. I'm in a hurry, and all of a sudden, traffic stops. And when I finally got up to where the accident was, I had to look too. And what I saw was a car 3 lanes away from me, engulfed in flames. I was like, they don't have to go to work today. I thought about it. It wasn't a quick change, but I was like, I have to leave my job. That ended, so had the weekend, and then that Monday I went to my boss's boss. So I told him, I was like, I want to leave. He was able to find me a job doing what I like to do, designing systems, and that's what I'm doing today. What I'm also doing is that I'm creating a company called My Educated Money, where I teach people to build a solid financial foundation. I don't want anyone to feel stuck and trapped like I did. Your well-being is so much more important than any amount of money we could make. And that's what I share with people. I teach them skills to help them build a solid financial foundation so they have savings, so they can build legacy, and so they have a plan. As I was in my journey through corporate America, there were so many times where someone else was telling me what my next position was or where they saw me. I didn't always get to really understand where I saw myself. I have to be happy where I'm working. We spend so much time at work. It is detrimental to our mental health when we're not happy. When I wasn't getting the positions that I thought I wanted or that someone intended for me, I looked at really, what do I like to do? Because I got some positions, like the management position, where I thought, this is going to be it, this is the dream, and I was miserable. I started looking at, what do I want to do? What makes me happy? And that's what I'm doing now, building systems, designing processes. It allows me to show my creativity and still allows me to be the techie geek that I can be. I've had a lot of experiences talking about money with CFOs and with leaders in the business, so it comes easily to me. I love learning about money. And what drives me is when I talk to someone and they're like, I didn't know that. Thank you for sharing that with me. I love helping people understand that it's possible because I tell them my story and share what I've been able to accomplish. And they're like, wow, I haven't seen somebody like you that's been able to accomplish that. So that's what makes me continue to want to share. I have a lot of conversations with men about money. I found that women don't talk about money as often. I do like to have conversations with women. When you're looking at your map or you pull up your phone, you're like, hey, how do I get from where I am to the airport, for example? It tells you how to get there and it says, this is the fastest way, this is the way with the fewest amount of turns, and this is a recommended way. There's no judgment. It just says, this is where you are, this is where you're trying to go, these are my suggestions. It's up to you to say, okay, well, I don't want to get on the highway. So it's like, okay, we're going to take you this way. It's going to take you a little bit longer, and that's okay. You might say, I want to go to the mall before I go to the airport. And all the GPS will do is it'll recalculate where you want to go. It's going to take you a little bit longer to get to your original destination, but that was a choice you made because you wanted to go to the mall. So you wanted to do something else, which is perfectly fine. When you're ready to go to the airport, the GPS is there to say, hey, this is how we get there. Which way do you want to go? It's about where are you now and where are you going? And you get to decide how fast you want to get there and how you want to get there. Money's just a tool, kind of like your GPS. Money can get you there sooner, quicker, faster because you can get some help, if you can hire somebody to do what you might have to do if you have limited funds, but it's okay. You can still get there.